Hey guys, isnortbooze here for Betcoin Poker with another episode of Tipsy Talk. We've had some good discussions lately on Betcoin about short stack play. My next guest wrote the book on push-fold scenarios. Well, technically he wrote the app. I'd like to welcome the creator of the Snapshove app and 2017 World Series of Poker bracelet winner, Max Silver. Thank you so much for joining us, Max.
Good to be here.
Yeah, man. Hey, why don't you just start out by talking a little bit about your poker background, man?
I've been playing as a pro now for must be 6 and a bit years. Playing poker properly for about 9 years. Played a mixture of cash games, tournaments. I would say these days I'm probably more of a tournament player, but I still play a decent bit of cash. Been grinding pretty hard this year, but kind of taking it a bit easy now because I'm having a baby in a month. So yeah.
Oh, congratulations, man! That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of know you from back when you used to play a lot of like Heads Up, PLO, and No Limit online. You're more online as well. You're doing more tournaments, or?
No, I guess I haven't really been playing online the last year. The games have kind of gotten a bit just less good, and there's not as much reason to play big online. But the games live is still really juicy, and I've been really enjoying just kind of grinding the live circuit for a little while, playing both live cash and live tournaments.
Yeah, man. As far as your live poker goes, man, it seems like you've kind of been crushing it right out of the gate. I checked your Hendon mob. You got 3 first place finishes in your first 4 track cashes. I know 2017 has been a great year for you. What do you like about live poker compared to online poker?
I mean, also, like, number one, you can play like a lot bigger. So I played a lot of super high rollers and 100Ks, and there's still like nothing like real playing like another tournament. And there's just like so much more information. The live aspect of it means that there's just so much more to look for, be it from body language or whereas like online, you're never sure with timing if someone's just like playing a lot of tables or if they're just like acting fast or slow. Live, you just have so many more information points to consider, and I think it's just a lot deeper as a game.
You had some deep runs in last year's main event, this year's main event. When you compare the two, I know there's some new rules this year with the tanking and the 30 seconds being a reasonable amount of time before calling the clock, that sort of thing. Did that affect your game at all?
I've always been a really fast player, so it was actually nice to see it. When I did call the clock on someone else, then they had less time to kind of essentially waste. I mean, I very rarely call the clock when someone's actively thinking, but I think a lot of people either tank because they think it's what they're meant to do, or they just kind of need that little push because they're not actually thinking about like the hand in any way. They're kind of just stuck in like a rock and a hard place. And I'm all for kind of taking the time down as the game goes on, and I'm all for playing with shot clocks. I actually think it makes poker a lot more exciting because like when an amateur shoves on you on the river, and you have 30 seconds to kind of think about it, it creates like a whole different dynamic where you can actually end up making a lot more mistakes because you simply just don't have the time to kind of think the hand through and look for like live tails and that. So I think it makes poker a lot more interesting, and I always actually say gives amateurs a better shot at winning.
Yeah, cool, man. And of course your first bracelet this year. How did that feel?
It was weird. I mean, obviously it was great to win a bracelet, but I was playing Limit Hold'em, which is a game I don't really play. So I mean, obviously, like it's not like a super complex game. You either bet, raise, or fold, or call, I guess. But yeah, like I really didn't have much experience playing Limit Hold'em. I kind of went into the event just playing it for fun because I do like Limit Hold'em, and especially when it's short-handed because it's a really fast game. There's like absolutely zero tanking. Like the longest time in the whole tournament was probably 10 tanked. And that would be like a long time, and so it's just a really fast-paced game, and you get to, because Limit Hold'em the bet's really small, so you get to like see a lot of flops, turns, rivers. I don't know. I felt like as the kind of tournament played on, I got better at it. Like I improved because I saw a bunch of really good players doing things that I wasn't doing, and I kind of just tried to copy them. And obviously, I ran really good and came out with it with a bracelet.
That's awesome, man! Congrats. I was surprised, because you created the push fold app, Snapshove, of course, and then you win a Limit Hold'em bracelet, man. It's crazy. Let's talk about Snapshove. I downloaded this program a year ago. I played around with it a good amount. I liked it. I was impressed with it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the capabilities?
Sure. So basically, I made the app when I was kind of looking to improve my own short stack game, and I realized there was nothing really out there that was essentially like an instant kind of way to check your shoves or calls or whatever. And I was like, well, why not make one? So I spent about 6 to 8 months kind of working on all the data, the UI, like doing all the calculations to kind of work out how we should be doing this, and essentially created. It's not quite perfect, but pretty much as close to perfect as you can get on your phone. Way to kind of instantly work out any spot with like a push hold spot. So it can adjust for any number of players, any ante, and you can work out shoving, calling, and then we recently added reshoving. So basically, if someone raises, you can kind of know which hands to shove over their raise with. And I think it's really changed the game. I think before a lot of players wouldn't be sure about these spots, and now the default answer is just, I'll just check out Snapshove. To me, it was really crazy this year in the World Series just to see how many players, both pro and amateur, both knew me for being the Snapshove guy, but also just reading actively. Okay, and I really think it's it may have been a bad thing in terms of now people are getting a lot better at this stuff, but I'm really proud of it. I think it's one of the best ways to learn, and for sure the best $15 you'll pretty much ever spend on your poker game. So I'm really proud of kind of what I created, and it's been a really positive response so far.
That's awesome, man. Can you talk a little bit about the science and the math behind it? How the formulas were calculated? Is it all you who did the original math behind it?
Yeah, so it was all me. I based the math on kind of what was already out there and made a few small tweaks on my own to kind of, I think, improve on the kind of existing formulas that are out there. So basically, I just literally brute forced it in terms of I ran every single spot possible. So I ran 14.1 big blinds with 4 players and ante of 25%. I ran et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that took about six months to run every single combination, and then from there I basically just I essentially solved it. It does make a few assumptions, so it assumes that everyone's stack is the same. So in game there's going to be small differences, and it also assumes that everyone's going to be calling Nash ranges or shoving Nash ranges. So again, I always say that it's a really good starting point, and then from there, if there's an old man in the big blind, you can then kind of adjust it a bit looser or tighter or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I think if you're not sure, it's really good to just follow it. But if you can kind of make your own adjustments to it after the fact, then I think you can kind of improve even more.
Yeah, man, and one of the things I liked about it is it doesn't just you enter in your own scenario, but it also has little exercises where it gives you scenarios, and you have to kind of guess what to do or say what you think you should be doing in that situation. So it kind of you just learn what to do in different situations based on playing these exercises. So the training mode lets you, right, the training mode, exactly, man. So I thought it'd be fun if maybe I see how good you are, man. I give you a couple scenarios and you tell me snap shove or fold.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm normally very, very good.
You're the master, right?
This could be either. I mean, this is kind of like a big negative free roll. Either I get it right, and everyone's kind of you got it right, or I get it wrong, and I'm just the last stuff on the internet. So
no, man, it's just for fun, man. I just have a little fun, man. Easy ones too, nothing crazy. All right, let's start out. We're 8-handed. You got 9 big blinds. You're in the hijack position. You got King 9 offsuit. Fold or shove?
Are there any antes?
Oh, good question, man. Yeah, ante, 10% ante.
I'm gonna say it's a very close fold.
Very close fold. Okay. Let's do another one. 6-handed. You got Jack 7 suited on the button. You got 7 big blinds, no antes. Fold or shove?
I'm gonna say it's a shove.
All right. Last one. You got 7 big blinds again. You're in the cutoff. You have 3-5 offsuit, but the big blind is inactive. Fold or shove?
Fold.
That's I know my buddy Ted. Ted Driscoll. We were joking around about that the other day. They should add different scenarios about when the blinds are inactive to Snapshove, because that happens so often online, it seems like. But obviously, you know, I was just messing around there. Your Twitter bio, man, lists you as a crypto enthusiast. The site Betcoin is a Bitcoin-based site. You deposit and withdraw in Bitcoin, and you also play in Bitcoin. How did you get into cryptocurrencies?
I got it actually quite a while ago now. I guess it was back in like 2012, when like Bitcoin had its kind of, or 2013, I guess, when Bitcoin had its first kind of rise to like 1,000. I was always very interested in the kind of tech behind it, and I've always been kind of like a bit of a nerd. So it was definitely like an interesting thing. I bought a smallish amount, and then kind of followed it. I didn't sell when it crashed all the way down to like 200. Kind of kept it for a while, just kind of was like, whatever. Like, I think this could still work out all right. And then over the last like couple of years, it's really been kind of going. Obviously, it's been like exploding. So really, just been kind of following, like trying to keep my finger on the pulse, spending a lot of my time these days actually actively managing my assets in crypto and trying to increase them. I think it's a very exciting time to be an investor. But obviously there's a lot of risk attached to it as well, so trying to lower the risk if I can. But
you're lowering the risk by gambling.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very good spot to gamble, but it is a gamble.
Yeah, I totally agree. Any tips, man? Any new coins we should look out for that you think are going to be big in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I don't know. I always feel kind of weird saying this stuff because this is not investment advice in a way. This is just some of the coins that I like. I really like the coin called NEM. It's really big in Japan and has a lot of support from the Japanese banking sector, and I really think it can do a lot of things. Probably like my next largest holding other than Bitcoin.
Oh, cool, man. So you heard it right there. That's going to make you rich, everyone.
It's not going to. It may make you rich, it may make you poor. But
either way,
invest at your peril.
Yeah, for sure, man. And as far as like Bitcoin goes, man, where do you see it headed over the next 5 years?
I think a lot depends. I think there is definitely like some dangers in terms of the government could come in and try and regulate it or try and ban it at some level, either in the US or in some other governments. But I think kind of like the cat's out of the bag in terms of, I think the technology is just too groundbreaking, and I see a kind of pretty steady upward climb. Maybe there'll be some bumps in the road, but I think long term it has very good prospects, and we'll see. Like, there are some issues, I'm sure, like that issues where kind of there's a backlog of transactions, and the miners don't really agree with the community about which direction to take it. So who knows? It could just fall, but I think we're going to see a pretty steady rise towards 10K and higher.
Yeah, man, these are pretty exciting times. So anyway, you can find Max Silver on Twitter at Max_Silver. You can find Snapshove at snapshove.com. You can download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store.
And it's free to try as well, so give it a try, and if you don't like it, then just don't buy it.
There you go, man. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's great.
Okay, thank you very much for being here, man. I appreciate it. This was awesome.
Cool. Take care.